All right. This looks so much worse than it is. Oh, holy shit! Hell yeah. What is up, everyone? As you guys remember, we got ourselves this mystery project FRS, right? Showed up, we didn't know much about it other than a couple part lists on here, right? Got the car, we cleaned it up, and now we have this 2JZ FRS swap that actually is a lot nicer than we anticipated. I'm hyped. I'm very, very hyped, because when you buy mystery project cars, you never know what you're gonna get. So everything's checking out so far. The last thing we need to figure out is if this thing will run. We don't know anything about this 2J. We don't know how long it's been out of a car, where it's been, where it came from, if it runs or not. We shoved the borescope in there. We looked in the cylinders, through the pan, everything so far that we need to see checks out. Next part of the puzzle is to get this thing running so we could verify that the engine is good enough to, well, put some new fancy parts on to make this thing fast, right? So I went through, made sure all the lines are tight, fuel system, made sure all that stuff is snug and tight, and hopefully no leaks. Got everything sealed up on the intake manifold. We're not touching into the cooling system because it's not worth it right now, because we're not gonna run it long enough for it to matter. Hopefully we can get this thing to fire today. You don't need much to get a car to run. You need a lot for a car to run good for a long time, but not a lot to hear it run, right? Coils, injectors, and cam and crank signal, and everything else you could fudge. You could fudge in the meantime. So the wire harness, complete mystery. On top of that, we have this jumper harness to a Motec M150. Probably the only ECU I haven't been in at this point and know nothing about. So to get this thing to run with these components, it's gonna be tricky, but we have world famous Jamie Marsh coming to help us figure that out today. So I think we can make it work. On top of that, we need to make sure the fuel system is operating. And I just recently pulled off the back seats and found out that this thing has a radium fuel pump hanger in it, which is a huge win because I was very nervous. It just had lines ran to a stock tank, which would have made things very difficult for today. Step one is to put power to the fuel pumps. Hope they're in there. And see if there's any gas in it, and two, see if we have any fuel leaks, because that's a big possibility. So, you ready to find out if we got any leaks?
Let's get to it.
Let's find out if there's even pumps in here, right? You don't know. I didn't pull it apart yet. You ready?
Oh, we got pressure.
What's the pressure at?
58.
No leaks?
Nope.
No leaks at 58 PSI, I could take that. That's good. I tightened the whole fuel system the other day. That means there's a pump in there. Let's see if there's two pumps in there, right? That's just one pump that I tested. Two pumps! Hell yeah, baby. It keeps checking out. That's amazing. Another good win. I'll take it. So we also need to crank the engine, of course, right? And we can't find the starter trigger anywhere in the harness or in the chassis, so I just rigged it up so we could sit here and do one of these. That'll do. Thing's cranking nice, huh?
$3,000 years later.
So Mr. Jamie Marsh got stuck saving the world at work today. I've never seen Jamie or Batman in the same room at the same time, so you never know. He's gonna remote in for us and see if we can get this thing going through Team Viewer. High hopes here. I don't know anything about this wire harness, but we're gonna find out. This is what the inside of Motec looks like. Yeah, I have no idea.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, step one's not going too good. We can't get the ECU to kick on, which means we can't get power to the ECU, which is, well, the first step of all of it. So we ran through the harness a bunch of times, ran through the wiring a bunch of times. So we're gonna keep playing with some of the chassis wiring and hope we find the issue. It should be working.
It should.
That's why I like the older cars. I could just jump wires and we could have some fun. All right, so it looks like Motec is, in fact, getting power. Well, that's good in some ways. So Motec's getting power where it should. It's just not turning on. Someone get me a link.
I don't have to hold this no more. Dang.
It's working. Why the fuck is it randomly? I swear to God, you just touch shit. You unplug it, you plug it back.
You plug it back in.
It works. We unplugged like 4 times. Oh, I'm so happy. We were spit, dude. We checked over. Oh my God, Jimmy, get back in.
A little bit of stress. A little bit of stress.
All right, step one, complete, connected. Yeah, step one. Yep. It's working. I don't know why it's working now, but it's working now. I shook the right wire.
All right, yeah, let me pop in there real quick.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. On the inside, I mean, it looks like a standard standalone ECU. The only thing that really is my detach here is how to integrate the CAN to communicate with this thing, right? Getting the right CAN firmware for this. I honestly couldn't tell you with the Moteg. Give it enough time we could figure it out, but we are out of time for today. So we're gonna crank it now so Jimmy can set up the trigger settings to make sure it all is reading happily. So let me get out my starter. You gotta do what you gotta do, all right? We're good?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. It already trigger syncs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good shit right there.
I'm fuel pump.
Spoon pump. You've been the fuel pump a lot this year. Anthony, get in the car. I need you to do the key just in case we need to. Yeah.
Ooh.
You guys have seen us. You guys have seen us rig together so many first startups, but sometimes you just need to know.
Listen, compared to the A6, this is nothing. That one was the most sketchy.
I had some wires, but I see that
Out of
as
a
like
bucket.
I'd say it with pride. You know what I'm saying? Fuel pump. Yep. Since nothing is plugged in, we kind of have to bosh a lot of sensors and just go off a lot of assumptions, which sounds a lot sketchy than it is, but it's not a big deal for this first startup. So it's gonna take a little bit longer than usual in first startups. Also, this is running a jumper harness through something that's actually supposed to be pinned out for a 4-cylinder. So we actually have to go through and verify that all the coil outputs are defined properly, because it might not be defining 4 coils, it might just be trying to spark only on 4 coils. So we're gonna go through real quick, test all the IOs on it to verify that everything's sparking in order and all the injectors are firing in order. Make sense? So it looks like we're not getting power to the coils. Big problem. All right, since we're dealing with mystery wiring and technically mystery firmware, we don't really know 100% what's going on, but what we do know is the coils and the injectors aren't getting power, right? They need power, but when they are powered, they are functioning correctly because we force power to them, which means if I splice in and jump power to the coils and the injectors, it should work, right? Because the rest of the harness has power. They're usually on separate circuits because they pull more amperage than anything else. So they tend to leave them separate. So for now, we're gonna splice into it. We're gonna make it work because we gotta hear this thing run tonight. You like what you see, Spoon?
Not surprised.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
We're running straight power to the put.
Oh yeah, backfeeding all the coils. I don't got time to mess around. This is the most JDM mod we could do. Mess the wiring up.
We're not using it anymore.
Yeah, we're not gonna use this harness. I mean, it's not like I'm not ruining the harness. If I could fix it, you would never know.
You see nothing.
MacGyver, baby. This looks so much worse than it is. Just take my word for it. All right, we got power. Let's do a output test to make sure they're all firing. All right, 1 is 1. 2 is 2. Yep, that's 3.
5.
5's not working. Had to wake a couple of them up.
That one's working.
5 and 6 are probably pinned wrong. Let me do continuity to 5 and 6 then. 2 injectors were stuck. We woke them up with good old 18 volts and a hammer. And now injector 5 and injector 6 aren't pinned correctly. The rest of them are, so I might just run 2 wires straight from here to the front. Just stop playing games. That's right. There we go. Look at that. Get you back on track.
That's it.
Such a head.
6.
Not my finest work. All right, and we have all coils, allegedly. Allegedly.
We could set up fuel, turn the fuel pump on again, crank it to the fire.
Here you go, Spoon. Get back on that pump. Thank God we have trigger sync. Like, imagine if we didn't have crank. If we didn't have crank sensor, I would have just put a new harness in it right away. Oh, back right out the intake. Timing's off. Little pops in the intake, like little like deep ones, so we're not super in there. Take it on timing light. I was hoping we would guess in the ballpark close enough that we wouldn't have to bust it out, but it is what it is. Alright, hold up. Keep going, it needs more. Yeah, spot on. It was quite a bit off time in terms of electrical ignition timing, not mechanical timing. So it's a good sign. So I'm feeling confident here. You let me know when you're ready. All right, here we go. Let me hook the jump pack up. Ooh, we got pops and bangs that are fucking everywhere. Like I'm starting an old small block. Oh, I'm sorry, I scared the fuck out of us. Oh, that's closer. All right. You could usually fart in a JZ and they start. I don't know why this is fighting us so bad. It does sound like it's mechanically off, but we checked the belt timing and these are really easy to see when you're at TDC. The two teeth line up straight. It's very obvious that that is out of time. Oh, holy shit! What a fucking mess! Oh, dude! Oh, there was so much water in the exhaust, JV. It is all over me, bro. There was so much water in the manifold. It is now over everything. That was sick. As soon as it started up, it started to run good. And that was on brake clean. I'm gonna run it again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just very concerned when fluid came out of me. You want to hook the fuel up now?
I heard like a split second of it. I heard a holy shit, and then.
Oh, dude, my phone went on mute. So there was a lot of water in the exhaust, and it fucking, dude, I am so, the whole car is so wet, bro. Everything's wet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, let me take that serpentine belt off because it's not ran right. So much for my clean car.
We just cleaned this thing.
Hey,
I've never been so happy for a mess in my life.
you want up pipes? That's what you get.
That's what you get.
That's very common.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's what they say. You ready, Jay?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's it.
It sounds good.
It sounds good. I mean, it sounds awful, but it sounds good.
It sounds good though.
Called it. I called it. Good engine.
Jay, it ran. It sounded. I mean, it sounded awful with the outpipe, but it sounded good.
Engine sounds great.
So the motor's good.
That's good. Motor's good. We're one step to knowing the engine's good. That's good. That sounded great. It wasn't
No
knocking.
knocks.
No knocks.
That's all we needed.
Harness is bullshit. We figured it out.
That's a fact. We made it work. We made it work.
Keep me in the loop and just get it all buttoned up, wrapped up.
Yeah, I'll make this thing nice. Don't you worry.
You want to start it again?
I kind of want to start it again. I want to start again. Oh man, that's such good. We fought for that one. What a pain in the ass. We had a hard time getting the ignition timing synced for some reason, but once we got it in, it was good. Honestly, it probably didn't help that there was a bunch of water sitting in the manifold. That, and we kind of flooded it a little bit testing it. So the problem is when you start diagging stuff, things start to layer on top of each other, and it starts to twist your brain a little bit. But stick to the basis, and it all works out. Cam and cranksync off the rip, which was like a miracle.
Everything else was shit.
We moved everything around, got it to work, as you could tell. Same with the injectors. A couple of them are stuck. We peened them back into existence. Oh, let's start it up again. Let's do it. That feels good. Imagine if we never emptied the downpipe and just sent it. It would have been,
There had been so much water.
so bad. That's all we can ask for, dude. Engine sounds happy, especially for sitting for God knows how long. Obviously, it's hard to hear some engine noise because of the up pipe is so loud, but getting down there, if the bottom end was knocky, we would have heard it. Obviously, that can still develop, but
Nah, it's smooth.
It's smooth.
Inside the car is smooth.
Is it smooth in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Good, very good. That's what's nice about straight sixes. They always are smooth though. So, you know what that means?
It's a big win.
That's a huge win. First off, big win. Fuck yeah. We have a good 2JZ 9 VTI. Amazing. And on top of that, that means we could justify putting some fancy bits on this thing and making it nice. And to be fair, it's not going to take, this looks awful. Like this, not good. But it's not going to take much for this to look like something very, very special and to perform very well. It's actually, this is like the easy part now. You know what I mean? Like we're used to like having
Now's the fun part.
Now's the fun part. Bolt on and make some jam, dude. Oh, I'm actually so excited now. It is such a fun side quest. Like, we've been chipping away at the 14 on the side, been waiting for parts to stack up for the Porsche and the 34. We're waiting on the harness, hopefully that comes in this week. But like, to kill the time and some good wins, it's a good way to start the year, so I can't be mad. It just got a whole lot cooler. Like,
It runs.
it runs. Wow, we worked for that, bro.
Yeah, she made us earn that one.
I feel like this looks really sketchy to some guys, but I'm actually really proud of this. It takes a lot. I think it takes a lot of skill for us to be able to just like make stuff work like this. So that's cool. I'm gonna go get this nasty exhaust one off my face. Big win. The mystery project FRS is becoming a little bit less of a mystery now. I think the last mystery we have is just finding out how much power we can put through that clutch without it slipping, right?
We know if it's a single disc or a twin disc.
I don't know what power rating the clutch is because there's no stamping on it, but it is a single disc, which we know is really probably rated most at like 500 foot-pounds of torque out of a single disc, right? So I would love to spin this clutch. I've never been so excited to want to spin a clutch in my life. This project's fun for us because it's just fun. Like, it's all bolt-on stuff. We're just having a good time. We're not trying to stress it out too much. And honestly, we've got it for such a good deal that like I don't mind putting a little bit of money into it to actually just have a good time. So it was a good one. So at this point, we know the engine's good, which means it's worth throwing some parts at and making it, well, something sick. And it's a JZ, right? It's been figured out a million times. I love these engines. They're super simple. They produce so much power in stock form, at least in stock long block form, and we're gonna push it. So now it's time for the fun part. We're gonna order a bunch of cool stuff, bolt on, make a bunch of power, and just have fun with it. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it just yet. Honestly, I don't even know the purpose of it yet, but whatever purpose we pick will be great with a lot of power. So next is ripping all this stuff out, giving ourselves a, well, I'm gonna leave the engine in, I'm gonna keep it simple. Giving us a good foundation and just going from there, but this one should go quick. I'm not trying to drag this on, and all of these parts are very readily available, and it's gonna be good. So for now, I hope you guys enjoyed our little makeshift wire harness, whatever else we had to makeshift, and well, the transformation I think will actually be incredible on this thing with just a little bit. So take it in now, how this thing looks, because it won't even be comparable in a week. So for now, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.